welcome everybody to another wonderful, fantastical episode of the Not Just Gaming Podcast. I think this is episode 5.
Yes.
Not 100% sure,
Maybe.
but it's the Empire Strikes Back of
I'm pretty sure it's episode 5.
So we got one more good one, and then it all goes to shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dang.
We'll wait 20 episodes, and then we're to the prequels, and then we just fuck up big time.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the best you're gonna get. Well, I'm AJ. I'm joined by the normal crew. We got Rooster. We got
Hello.
Yama.
Hello.
What have you guys been up to this week? Anything?
Yeah, I played the Destiny 2 beta, where it closed again.
Okay.
PvP was pretty much what I did, because that's the only other option besides the strike.
Mm-hmm.
It's Control is one of them, and then there's like this search and destroy mode they have going on for competitive. You only get one life, just like search. But I don't know, it's okay, that mode. I think Control is still probably the best mode to play.
Okay. I didn't try it, so I really can't comment on it at all. I had full intentions, but this week setting up the streaming space was a little more time consuming than I anticipated.
Yeah, I feel like the new classes are pretty good. The only exception is the new Hunter class. You get that Darth Maul fucking electrical staff, which is cool shit.
Good.
And then you can use the new class ability to dodge around like an asshole, which is cool. But they don't really have a way to close the gap. And they don't get like any damage resistance in the super. So they just kind of run at you and die. That sucks.
Oh, good.
Yeah. The new Warlock suit was pretty cool. And the Titan's Captain America. So
good. That's how I'm playing as a Titan then. That's it. Done. I don't even have to know anything else about the game.
I also played Super Hot VR. Gonna have a review on that hopefully soon. It is a completely separate, like, styled campaign just for VR.
Oh, so it's not the same thing?
It's not the exact same game. It's a separate campaign. It's a full-fledged campaign like the original game. It's like 25, 26 levels. And they're spread across like 18 different chapters.
Oh, shit.
Maybe it's more. But obviously...
Was it good?
Yeah.
You don't have to give too much. Obviously, you want to do another review, but was it worth... I mean, I can't say it was worth a value for us, because, we reviewed it, but...
We're reviewing it, but...
For what it's valued, I don't know if
they're
it's
asking...
valued.
I believe that $30 is more than... Or is it $25? $25 or $30 is more than worth the price of admission for Super Hot, whether you're getting the base game or the VR edition.
Okay. Yeah, I know Troy was also checking out for us the base game. So I don't know when that. It seems like that came out a while ago. I'm not really 100% sure.
He said it came out like 2 years ago.
Came out, about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
So just the VR experiences.
They just released the VR version of the game.
Okay.
Like, what, a week ago? Not even? So, it's the new hot commodity. But it was very talk of the town when Super Hot came out, the original version.
Huh. Okay.
And
I mean, I'll have to try to check it out for myself.
Definitely. And last but not least, I played Overwatch. And anyone who plays Overwatch or is remotely interested in Overwatch knows that the new character came out, which is Doomfist.
Doomfist.
It's not our boy Terry Crews, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
That's
okay.
He's still got a
he
cool
be dropping buildings.
He does level a skyscraper. Some people are complaining that he can one-hit kill a couple of characters with a fully charged Doomfist.
He guaranteed one hit kill. I was just playing before we started the show, and I one-hit killed 3 people with a charge.
Oh, I got a triple kill with ultimate. I just landed on them, and they all died.
Good. That was my first game. It was like first game playing as Doomfist. I got kill of the game for a triple kill. I was like, oh, okay, this guy just made my top 5 list.
Yeah. But he's also really fragile, so I don't know how much they're going to nerf him, if they do. Like, he'll die in a couple of shots from pretty much anybody. So, It's a true
Yeah, I
class
guess it's what,
canon when you play him.
I guess it's what their kind of balance is. They're like, oh well, he might be strong, but if you hit him, he won't be up too long. I guess that's their logic, but
For anybody who hasn't really watched video or played as him yet, his passive does help him survive a little bit, but not a lot. Every time he does damage with one of his abilities, he gains shielding, temporary shielding,
yep.
like a barrier.
I think does that include the charge as well, other than the
Uh,
two triggers?
yes. So the charge punch, the leap smash, and the uppercut all grant charge if they hit an enemy.
Okay.
I believe it's only, and the ultimate does too. Uh, who knows? Uh, they did nerf him. They they did nerf him prior to putting him on live, but he's still disabled for a week in competitive. Um,
I'm
no,
assuming
because they had
they're
him on.
gonna drop a
He was
patch.
on the test server.
They're gonna
But
drop
yeah,
a patch
it's
for
more
Lucio Ball, right?
What?
They're gonna probably incorporate some sort of patch around Lucio Ball, I would assume.
Yeah, I'm assuming that'll be like next week or so, start of August for
Yeah,
the summer
so I mean,
games.
they might put it in there if they've already kind of gotten an idea what they're doing with him.
I mean, they've
Not sure.
already been doing a lot of tweaks before they put them online because they have the test server on
Yeah.
PC. But we'll see what happens with him. I think we'll see a better, clear picture of what they want to offer and nerf with him when he's available and competitive. Because then they could see how he performs in the different skill tiers.
True. All right.
But real quick to the note that you're talking about overpowered characters. I think two of them actually weren't overpowered when they released. Actually, almost all of them. A lot of people were complaining that Anna wasn't that good when she came out.
Nope, she sucked. She used it real
Sombra,
quick.
everybody hated Sombra.
Sombra wasn't underpowered. She was just, you had to know how to use her right. I feel like she's one of those
Everybody said,
characters
oh,
that
she
requires a
sucks.
little more finesse.
She sucks. Her spray is everywhere. Can't aim with her. Blah blah blah. And Orisa, everybody was like, meh.
Shittier version of Bastion.
But she's pretty good. And the supercharge.
I used her during the one of the events. I think it was the turret one, Flashpoint, whatever they called it.
You're talking about the Uprising event?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
The Omnic Uprising? She was actually really good for that, yeah.
Yeah, I used her. I liked her. I use her in multiplayer from time to time, depending
See,
on.
Doomfist would be pretty fun for that event, I think.
That would be awesome. But it seems like, so from what I can see, keeping on the Overwatch topic, that Overfrunch is my first word. That for Overwatch, that the seasonal events will stay the same.
I don't think all of them will. I think just the big ones like Summer Games, Christmas, the Lunar New Year, and like Halloween.
I think they'll keep the ones that I'm not saying this just from my perspective because I'm an achievement whore, but I think those ones that they implement achievements for, I think those ones will stay.
Pretty much almost everything.
Basically.
Because they said they're going to add more events too, so it's like, oh.
So they'll keep those. I guess it's easy, if anything, for them to just flip the switch and add a couple skins, and that's it.
I mean, I think so. I think that's their plan. Like, if they don't have a new event coming up, they'll just throw out an old event with new design skins for new characters.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same as what Lucio Bowl is, to be honest. This time around, they added achievements for it, as well as new skins.
Okay.
And I also looked at this. It looks like they literally, in the unlock screens for each character, they look like they're the same. Like, it just says unlocks with summer games. So I'm assuming that the old skins will still be included in the loot boxes during this time frame. Because they usually last, what, a month? Most of them?
Yeah, 3 weeks to a month about.
Yeah, I'm gonna really hone in this time. Just I gotta get those skins before they disappear again.
Also,
Just
you got about 30 days until competitive ends for anyone that's listening.
I'm trying to stock up on all my other skins before that, but we'll
Oh,
see.
did you see that they also announced, while we're already there, the 7 Overwatch teams for the official Overwatch League?
I did, and they actually make pretty decent money. I mean, it's not fantastic. I mean, it's
They make enough to live off of, and then if it
if
gets,
they didn't go to college, well done, because that's pretty good money.
yeah, even if you did, you could still uh, get a
That's a
job.
pretty good. It's a pretty good starting salary. What is this? I think it was like 60K, something like that.
uh, like 50, 60,000 a year, yeah, plus health insurance covered from Blizzard.
That's pretty good.
Uh,
Very good for them. I mean,
there's
and obviously you got to be good to be able to do it. So if you can do it, props to you. But
So you got LA, you've got New York, you've got Miami, you've got Korea, China. There's a couple others. I don't know all the teams off the top of my head,
yeah,
but
there aren't a lot. But that's because the buy-in for those teams were absurd. I think it was
yeah,
like a
that's like
couple $1 million a piece.
I think it was like $20 million buy-in.
It's ridiculous.
Like the COO of the New York Mets bought the New York City team for Overwatch.
Yep. Well, he's got money. Yep.
But all the esports teams like Cloud9, TSM, CLG, Fnatic, all those big names, I don't think any of them actually got in on the official league because it's such a high buy-in. And some of those organizations do have the money for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's they figure it's too risky of an investment for now, not, but
Maybe.
some of those brands would be good to have in your league, at least for the gaming
I
cred as it.
I think they want to see maybe part of it's kind of a wait and see trend period. They want to see how it sticks competitive game. I mean, you get competitive gaming online, but I think they want to see if Overwatch keeps a following to that. I mean, we know it will, yeah, because it's Blizzard and they do so well. But I
Oh yeah,
mean,
Blizzard will keep
maybe that's
going with
their
it until it
perspective. It's a
works.
business perspective as opposed to um, word of mouth kind of thing.
So
I mean,
their
like we said,
idea, like you understand why they're doing cities, right?
not kind of.
Their end goal is to be like each team represents that city, and so they're going to have their own arenas in which teams will travel to play in.
Okay.
So they want to make it like a legit travel, like a traveling league that they'll go around the world to participate in, but
But
each
only
team has their
major
home city.
cities. It's not going to be like, our town's going to get a team.
No, but it'll be like, think of like Major League Baseball, the NFL, whatever. You know, how you
Yeah,
have
no, I
teams
hear
all
you.
over.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what they're looking for, I'm guessing.
I guess. Yeah, that would make the most sense.
I mean, I don't know how long it would take to do that, or if it'll even happen, because you have games like Dota, League of Legends. Those games are huge and popularity. They don't have anything.
True. I mean, I feel like it's going to kick right off, like, immediately. And I think what they're trying to achieve could be achieved with a game like Overwatch.
I think they have a good chance of achieving it. Only problem they have is finding a way to watch it as a spectator that's exciting and not a mess. Because I don't know
Yeah,
how you watch the competitive game of Overwatch. The spectate option is not spectator friendly. It's doesn't really follow the action from like a top down or anything easy to see. You have to watch from like a perspective of a player.
Why
That's
can't they just amplify the perspective of the players on big screens across the entire stadium?
Well, they could, but then you still can't identify all the action happening because you'd be watching from a point of view. You wouldn't be able to see overhead or from the side everything that's going on. It's crazy stuff. That would be the problem of having all different perspectives all at once.
True.
That's why I said it's a challenge. If they can find a way to get over that, I think Overwatch, out of most esports games, has a very big casual appeal to it, so that like mainstream audiences might be more inclined to watch it. Just because it's vibrant, it's colorful, the game isn't overly gritty, but it's not like too complicated either. It's simple, you can understand it. Those guys shoot
Yeah.
those guys. And there's not blood everywhere like Call of Duty, so.
Well, I guess it's something that we'll have to see. Time will tell. I mean, it's
Yep.
still early on, so I mean, a couple months they'll probably have more information to clear this whole thing up.
I don't even see them starting until next year, to be honest, but we'll keep an eye on it. And then we'll report to you guys what happens. Or you could report it.
Sounds good. Alright, I guess we can move forward. Yama, what have you, been up to? Anything? Fighting crime? Oh yeah, I did see you stream that for a little bit. I've been thinking about getting into that show, to be honest.
Good show.
That's what I've heard. I haven't really had time to invest myself into it. I don't know if it is on Netflix or Hulu or.
I just hate those ads on Hulu. I'm not going to pay more money to get rid of them. Exactly,
like,
it sucks. That's why
2
Netflix is
minutes?
better. It adds up when you're binging on episodes at a time.
That's true. I agree. I mean, I'm not paying for it, so I'm not gonna argue the couple dollar difference that it is that doesn't come out of my own pocket. So, no, my parents have it. So, I'm gonna be well, I convinced them to use it.
He's
so
mooching.
I'm a moocher. What do you want from me? Smart business play. Smart business play.
Just putting things to where it matters, like new streaming equipment and
Yep.
more video games.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, well, that's a different conversation.
He's too busy making the money for him.
That's all right. I think going forward, I should have some more streaming capability time. Like I said, for myself, a majority this week, I think I mentioned on last week's shows that I got a new computer. So this week it was just setting up the desk, and I decided to make the setup down here a little more streaming friendly, with the capture card hooking up to all the systems and whatnot. So that took up a good chunk of the week. I played a little bit of video games, just so I had stuff to talk about. Like I played some Battlefield. I've tried Battlefield Hardline. I played through the story. Honestly, I have to say, even though the story is short, I enjoyed it. Felt a little interested in the characters and what was going on. Multiplayer is fun. I always like Battlefield multiplayer though. Go on.
Hardline seemed kind of cheesy. It was like the TV show style, right?
It is, but I feel like it kind of works. In this regard, like the way it's done, it is cheesy, but I'm okay with it. I mean, Right now, wrapping up the achievements, I kind of hit a snag because there's one that'll take me like an eternity, but if I don't get to it, I don't really care. I'll move on with my life. No, I finished Call of Duty 2. 3 was my issue. 3 is still three
Call
will
of Duty 3
be
is a piece of shit. That's what.
3 will be elusive for life. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't give enough of a shit to worry about it, to be honest.
Almost as bad as Master Chief Collection.
Oh, let's not talk about the Master Chief Collection. That game is still broken, and it's been out for what?
Forever.
3 years probably, almost.
Don't worry, you'll get those achievements when you're dead.
Yeah, it's all right. You just know that 343 gives no shit about the fact that they haven't fixed it yet. So that's why they just brought everything backwards compat. So you forget about it. Yeah, they're busy working on Halo 6, so it's okay.
Better be a better boss battle this time.
Better actually have the marketing actually tie up to what the game is.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
So that'd be great. So there was that. What else did I do this week? I finished up Transformers: Rise of the Dark Spark. I got a couple more miscellaneous achievements, but nothing crazy. Just minor stuff, like the escalation multiplayer mode, and I think that's it, to be honest. It was okay. Like I said, it was a very shitty version of like War for Cybertron. So take it for what it is.
That sounds really disappointing.
Yeah, I enjoyed War for Cybertron. I put a lot of time in that game, this multiplayer mode is like, it's like Horde. It's not even multiplayer, so it's really disappointing in that regard. But
yeah, but then you're saying it's like a worse version of War for Cybertron. So it's like,
yeah, definitely is a worse version. Yeah, it was a fun game. I mean, the concept's there and it's like well executed, but whatever they're thinking about doing with what they're doing now, I don't get it. But I don't think they're making another Transformers game. So whatever it is, what it is. I also played a little bit of Pokemon Go.
Transformers movie.
You got like 12 more of those coming. I don't think we can avoid those. Yeah, I played Transformers Go. Not Transformers. Pokemon Go.
Transformers Go.
Drive by a car. Try to catch it. I played some Pokemon Go. Seeing all the Pokemon Go Fest, whatever it was. I don't even know what the hell it was called. Pokemon
Go Festival.
Expo. There you
whatever,
go.
It's fan festival.
Seeing that and all the fuck ups, I was like, yeah, you know what? I think it's a good time to pop out Pokemon Go.
It became a real situation.
Oh.
They said Verizon fucking sucks. That's what they said.
Yeah. I don't think it was 100 Pokemon. I think it was $100 worth. Yeah, $100 worth.
That's a lot of coins.
So it seems like nobody's saying whose fault it is. It's like a he said, she said kind of thing. Niantic is blaming Verizon, and Verizon is saying that it's all Niantic's fault.
Well, as we know, most cell companies and internet providers lie up their ass. So I'm going to agree that it's probably Verizon's fault, considering that other providers went out to the area and put up additional towers temporarily.
Well then, I mean, I can agree with that then if it was probably Verizon. I mean, Verizon. Yep, I agree with you there.
Speaking about getting bent over, let's hope this fucking net neutrality shit stays on. Not that shit taken away.
Oh yeah, then if that gets taken away, we're really bent over.
We'll be paying for the Skype package and the YouTube package.
You'll be paying for Skype package,
Social
YouTube
media.
package. Yep.
Facebook Express.
And then the last thing I played, which I talked about last week, was Marvel Conquest of Champions. Just kind of for fun. Sometimes I put it on in the background while I'm not waiting for games to load or a match in Battlefield to load up. Other than that, that was it. I'm thinking of getting, I was talking to you guys about it before the show, Fortnite. Where people have been ranting and raving about it, so I'm thinking of picking that up this week. We'll see.
And we'll give, if he does, give you some impressions of it.
Yeah, I'll probably stream it if I pick it up. If not, trust me, there's plenty of other shit I could still stream. So yeah, I think that's it for what's going on. We can kind of just roll into what's gone on the last week-ish. A little on the later side this week. We had Comic-Con. San Diego Comic-Con was last weekend. Yes, it happened. Another year I haven't gone. He or she enjoy themselves? Yeah. That's awesome. I want to go one day. Yeah. One of these days, Alice. One of these days. So some of the stuff that rolled out wasn't that crazy. It was kind of quiet. A lot quieter than I'm used to, at least. There was a lot of speculation before San Diego that Affleck was supposedly, they were talking with Warner Brothers of taking him out of his role as Batman. Like they were going to write him out and replace him. But at San Diego, he confirmed that he's not going anywhere. He will still be Batman.
I'm Batman.
Other DC news, the Flash standalone movie will be based on the Flashpoint comic series. So basically what the TV show did.
Cool. So, question.
Yes.
Affleck's still Batman. So,
Yes.
how many people is he going to kill in the new trilogy of movies he's making?
I don't know. I honestly, like I said, I honestly wasn't totally thrown off by the fact that he killed somebody, so I was okay with it.
Yeah, he killed like 40 people.
That's okay.
50 people.
And he's an emo Batman. What do we want?
And he helped Superman kill a Doomsday, so he murdered people. A lot of people. Also, creepy whispering.
Do you bleed?
You will.
So yeah, they announced Flashpoint. Wonder Woman 2 is set for December of 2019. And I think Catwoman starts, not Catwoman, Batgirl.
Catwoman.
Next year? I think I saw.
Next year. It can't be coming out next year.
No, it starts filming next year.
I was going to say.
Yeah, Joss starts next year on it. The last bit of DC news. This was more this week than last week. People have been talking about the reshoots for the Justice League, and supposedly Henry Cavill's on set with a mustache. Superman don't have a mustache, so the internet went crazy. And the director of Mission Impossible 6 said that it's a part of his contract that he has to keep it. So Warner Brothers is going to have to physically, digitally take out his mustache for every reshoot that they do with him in Justice League. I think it's ridiculous. You're telling me from now until next year he can't grow it back?
Basically what they're going to do is put a giant green sack on his head.
So he needs the mustache in his role for Mission Impossible 6. So he can't shave it for Justice League reshoots. I guess they thought timing-wise he'd be okay to keep it to grow it in, but they didn't expect reshoots. So now Warner Brothers is going to have to digitally remove his mustache and all the reshoots that they do. Stub. But I don't understand why they can't just have him shave it and then just do his movie and then grow it back.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Doesn't take too long to grow back.
That was it for DC. Maybe? I guess that's what they're saying. I don't know. I guess. Yeah, but I don't think the movie for Mission Impossible 6 doesn't start filming until next year. That's why it makes no sense to me.
It ain't coming out next year, that's for sure.
I don't know. It is, but I mean, I thought it was just funny that the internet went apeshit, and then this is their response. They're just gonna digitally edit out all the mustaches. I know that there was some Flash announcements for the TV show. I think Danny Trejo's playing a character this season. They announced somebody else. There wasn't really much on the CW show front. And then on the Marvel side, they showed off same footage of Infinity War, which leaked online, thankfully, so I got to actually see it.
Twice.
I'm excited. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything else until I see
So,
like a
how many
HD
times did
version.
you replay the trailer?
I watched it about 3 or 4 different occasions.
300 or 400.
Yeah, 325. I might have had it on loop as I slept. I don't remember. You know, it was good. You know what it does? So here's a perfect example, and I know people hate when they compare, but when I put, because the same weekend they showed off the Justice League trailer, like a sneak peek. This thing was fucking almost, I think it was like 5 minutes long. I feel like I could watch that sneak peek and I could know the whole fucking plot of the movie. But like the Infinity War teaser, like it's snippets, like it's so small, like I can't get shit out of that. Like I don't know why DC does it. DC like throws their whole movie in a movie trailer. Like I feel like that's so unproductive. I feel like you make people less interested to go see the movie. They look at it, they're like, oh, I know what happens. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I understand it's Comic-Con. You want to show off some different stuff, but show off shit that, like, you're not going to get the plot. Even the original trailer that they showed off too much, in my opinion.
Too much Doomsday.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. I mean, the Justice League looks okay. I just think that their trailers are too long. It's bad marketing perspective because you don't get people hyped for a movie when you show them almost the whole plot.
I mean, it's okay. That one wasn't too bad. What about another Superman one? They show off Doomsday and it's supposed to be a whole plot twist.
Oh yeah, I know. But that's just the DC marketing team. They're not very good at that. They're like, let's just put everything in the whole trailer so that everybody knows what's coming. Blah, blah, blah.
They should just make a whole trailer with Ben Affleck killing people as Batman. That's it.
I would, you know what? Like I said, I'd be okay with that. Like if they kept it to like the point where like they talk, like they show the scene with Diana and Bruce saying that they need the team. The small snippets of them recruiting the team and then a little bit of fighting, done. Great. That's all you need to show the world. That's good marketing because you don't know what the fuck happens in the middle of the plot. You don't get anything else from it. But they're making sure they show up Gordon and they're showing off this and that. They had this trailer that had to show off Alfred talking to somebody saying he said you'd come, blah 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 blah. Probably Superman. Like, why
you gotta show off those Academy Award winners? That's why.
You're showing off the whole plot. Like, why'd even bother?
There's no more time. That's why.
Warner Brothers just needs to figure their shit out. But anyway, back to Marvel. We'll keep going. So they showed off concept art of Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. She won't be in Avengers 3. She'll be in Avengers 4. And for her movie, I think it takes place in the 1990s. And she will be taking on, I think, the Skrull. If I remember correctly, my information.
The Skrull.
Yeah, she'll be
Bastard.
taking on the Skrull. Some people say that it might be tied into Avengers to some capacity. Okay. So we'll see on that front. I also announced that what the hell? Lawrence Fishburne and Michelle Pfeiffer were added to the cast of Ant-Man and the Wasp. And Michelle Pfeiffer is playing what's his name's wife?
Janet.
Yeah, Janet Van Dyne. I forget her husband's name in the movie. Drawing a blank.
Hank.
Yeah, thank you, Hank Pym. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. So that was that mostly. They also announced the Spawn movie at Comic-Con.
What character is Lawrence Fishburne playing?
He is playing. I think he's a doctor of some sort of doctor. I'm gonna look real quick. He is playing.
Isn't he like committing treason or something? Isn't he?
Bill Foster. He was a
both
scientist who
cinematic
originally
universes.
worked. I guess DC doesn't have a clause in their contract where you can't do that. I know Marvel does.
Well, I
Fishburne's
guess they have to make
character,
an exception for him.
Bill Foster, was a scientist who worked alongside Pym, later becoming a size-changing superhero in his own right. Initially as Black Goliath, and then taking over the role of Giant Man from Pym. No, I know. I guess DC doesn't have a clause in their contracts that say you can't do a Marvel movie. I know Marvel does the opposite. Like, you can't go to a DC movie if you work for Marvel. Hemsworth, I think. Yeah, I think he said that. Hemsworth said that there's a clause in their contracts that say you can't do that.
So they made an exception for Fishburne because he's already in the DC universe.
Yeah. So I guess it doesn't work the other way, but who knows? Yeah. So, what's his name? What the hell is his? Todd McFarlane announced Spawn eventually being made. He will be directing the movie. That's about it. I mean, like you made the joke before, it could be the Friday the 13th of, the next comic book characters, but we'll see.
It's coming soon.
Yeah, never. Next, we got some TV news. Matt Groening, the guy who created The Simpsons, is debuting a Netflix series in 2018. And there are 2 new showrunners for Iron Fist for season 2. So I guess Marvel was not happy with how things turned out. Well, for everybody who I haven't watched it, so I can't speak for myself. But from the people that I've heard that have watched it, not good. I think I've heard of the best review I've heard somebody say is at the last 2 episodes it gets okay.
It still sucks.
And that still sucks. No, they didn't market it well either.
His partner, I forgot her name.
I heard she was like one of the highlights of the whole thing.
She is the highlight, and she's pretty much the superhero of the show. Iron Fist is an iron bitch.
Oh yeah, it's like the multi-millionaire. I have money. Like, he gets compensated from all the other nonsense. I also saw that some of the media sites have gotten a first look at the first half of Defenders. I've kind of been hearing a mixed bag of reviews. I can't really get a clear indicator on how it is. A lot of people say that the bitchiness of Iron Fist gets made up for by like the Daredevil, the Luke Cage, Jessica Jones banter for knowing how he is as a character. Like, they make up for it. I mean, I'm not gonna. I saw IGN's preview, so I personally don't like to use IGN as my review source because I think it's somewhat biased. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave. It comes out, I think, in about 2 weeks. I want to look it up while we're talking about it, but I think it's a 2-week window.
The Defenders come out August, what did we say? The 18th, 19th, 18th, 18th.
I'm trying to see if it. Come on. I got it. August 18th. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, I mean, I think it looks kind of interesting. I think they have the right cast. I mean, I think casting Sigourney Weaver as the villain is a good decision. At least a good actress to offset them. So that's it really for TV and movies. I don't know how you guys feel about. I don't know if Yami, you really watch the Netflix Marvel shows. I know everybody does. Keeps up with. I really like that one. I'm like an episode away. I have like 1 episode left. Finally got myself caught up. Yeah, it's a really good show. And I think the Punisher we get this year too. I think it comes out later
Yes,
this
the
year.
Punisher will be coming in. Did you
I
watch Daredevil season 2, Yana?
I can't
Oh,
speak
you gotta watch
poorly.
it.
Yeah, because they show off the Punisher, and John Bernthal as the Punisher is such a good choice.
Not only show off, he's a prominent character in season 2.
Ooh. All right,
He
gaming.
also
So we
gets a
can.
drill through his foot.
That is true. He does get drilled through his foot. We could skip the first bit because we talked about that in the last section. I don't really know anything about this next topic, so you can kind of.
The next topic he's talking about is Sinner. It is just got shown off in a Chinese convention in China. Basically, it's a game that is a literal ripoff of Dark Souls, made by a Chinese company, and the knockoff is for China. So, yeah, go check it out on YouTube. It's just Sinner in all caps, and it literally looks like they made it in Unity, but it's a Dark Souls game.
Probably do well.
It's China. You could pirate anything and get away with it. It's just how their laws work.
Yep, basically. And then we had this. This is kind of gaming related, but it's not because it's old news. The Mighty Number 9 Kickstarter backers started receiving their, I guess, what you would constitute as a physical copy of the game, I guess.
It's not really.
Yeah, it's basically they were told a physical copy, and then the developers of the game took their money, threw it out the window, and said, "We don't have your money, but here, this is a consolation prize."
But that Kickstarter was from about 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, but didn't the game come out not too recently?
The game came out in about a year ago. So
Okay,
they were supposed to fulfill those promises within a year, which I guess they kind of did. But yeah, people who pledged the $60 backing got a cardboard box that they had to assemble, and a game manual that didn't fit in the cardboard box, and no game, no physical game.
I think so. I mean, did they get a digital copy of the game for the 60?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, but the game wasn't a $60 title. It was like, what, 20, $30, something like that?
Yeah, but they spent 60 like a regular game, so I guess they assumed they'd be getting game inside their game case.
It basically looks like a Nintendo 64 cartridge box.
Pretty much.
Just nothing inside. I mean, those were not folded. If I remember correctly. Oh. This is where, I mean, we've fallen privy to using Kickstarter, so I can't say don't use it because I've used it myself. Especially when it's titles that you want to see things come to fruition, like Friday the 13th. Salty topic, but we'll skip over it for now. Anyway, but I mean, like I understand where there's like the fear of it not being fulfilled or you not getting what you're told you're gonna get. But I feel bad for these people, especially at a $60 price tag. But yeah, so moving from there, we got just a small bit of rapid fire news, I guess. The developers of PUBG, because everybody's asking, because they know it's coming to Xbox, been asking, what's the quality? How's it gonna be? They're in early testing stages. They have a dev kit on hand. As of their latest update, they said that the game is running stable with a 100-person match at about 30 to 40 frames. This is not fully optimized. They still said that they got some work to do. No, I think it's pretty good. Honestly, I'm quite surprised by this, if I'm to be honest. I know you guys we were talking about that sometimes there's issues on this game online, and obviously we have to see how well they optimize it, but we shall see. Yeah, I mean, we still got, what's really through, 3 months, 4 months?
Until the Scorpio launches.
Yeah, so you can.
Since they're not locking at 30, I think they're aiming for 60, and they won't stop until they get it. Because they'll just lower quality, I think, if anything.
Yeah, I think they'll get there. They got time.
But like I
Seems
was
like they've
talking to
also
Yama,
outsourced help for this too.
probably, and Microsoft is helping since they want to get it as an exclusive launch. Me and Yama were talking about it. We're not sure how it's going to lend itself to the console landscape as a general, like in general for the game,
Yeah.
just because of the involved mechanics of playing PUBG and games like it on PC compared to how you do it on a controller.
Yeah, I watched Yama stream it, so I kind of get where you're coming from. It's a very quick game, and there's a lot of some smaller intricacies gameplay-wise that.
Yeah, it's a lot of
I can see that.
micromanaging inventory. And you got to do that and shoot people in like a span of 6 seconds.
I mean, this isn't going to connect with the PC server, is it?
No, there's no cross.
Maybe they'll simplify it a little bit.
We could hope.
They might tweak the gameplay mechanic a little bit to compensate for that issue.
Or they might just make a bajillion hotkeys.
We'll have to see. See, I mean, it's not really big on that. I just thought it was interesting to see that game's coming along pretty solid. I know Cliffy B actually, he's like the first person all of a sudden to be going against the Xbox, saying that it's not as easy to port for as they say, and it's not as straightforward. But you got big AAA developers that are arguing that and saying that that's not true. So I don't know if it's that Cliff has some unrelenting taste for Microsoft. I don't know what it is, but it was a little odd to me, to be honest. Next bit, I saw that they announced Starfire at Comic-Con. They showed her off a little bit. I didn't watch the gameplay. I know Ruiz, you're big into Injustice. If you want to give like a quick.
Yeah, she's got zoning. She's got rushdown. She teleports.
Oh, good. Okay, I can take that. All right, next we got Crash is coming to the Xbox supposedly this holiday. There's been continued leaks and websites posting that like retail links for it, so it's probably gonna happen. It wasn't named an exclusive by PlayStation, so that leads me to believe that it'll happen. Yeah, like usually PlayStation's pretty prominent for putting only on PlayStation on their boxes. If it's an exclusive, and they didn't put that on that, so that's where. Yeah. So that leads a lot of people to believe that it's gonna happen. I know you were mentioning something earlier, Ruiz, about Dota 2. I don't know if we kind of touched upon it a lot, or if there's any extra you'd like to add to that, or.
Oh yeah, so Dota 2. So for any new, like real new players, they're matching them with people with high behavior scores, meaning they are polite, friendly to players in general. I guess as a hand-holding method to keep them interested in the game, so they don't get flamed by people who are like, "Why aren't you playing the meta? What the fuck are you doing? Are you stupid?" You know, the general elitists.
Yeah. Okay. Next, Friday the 13th finally got passed on the Xbox. Took about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks almost. Supposedly they patched a lot of the bugs. Matchmaking wise, searching, I still had issues. I know you said you crashed, so obviously there's still issues that have not addressed. But they said they pretty much the crashing issue they pretty much that they were having. Obviously they missed some, but they also, I noticed that the achievements that were glitched are still glitched. I tweeted at them this morning about it, and they said that they're working on it. Yeah, they'll be working on it until I'm fucking 100 years old. Supposedly single player is still coming. Supposedly it's aiming for August, but I don't think it's going to happen with all the glitching and all the other problems they faced. I'm going to say probably the fall, maybe October. The game's still selling well, so I guess obviously they're still doing something right. All right, the last 2 bit of news. One was just an announcement for a game that The Sims 4 is coming to the PS4 and Xbox this fall. I don't know how it's going to play on an Xbox, to be honest, but
I feel like they can't do a direct port because it's like weird. I think they might do it like kind of like how they did the herbs game.
okay.
It was like okay.
Yeah, but I feel like a phone you have a little more flexibility when it comes to with the whole touch features and stuff. You don't really have that on a console, but I mean maybe they can work it in just with buttons and hotkeys and stuff like that. Maybe. We'll see. And the last bit, which we were talking about before the show, because I know Ruiz is trying to get one. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but the SNES Walmart crisis. So basically, what happened was Walmart accidentally put the SNES on their website too early. A bunch of people pre-ordered it, but every single pre-order that got placed all got canceled. So those people are fucked.
Nah. They're just crying right now. That's all.
If I was Walmart, I would probably, when they go for sale, give them first opportunity for those people.
I don't think they're gonna get first opportunity because it was just a glitch in their system that launched it early. They're supposed to have pre-orders live eventually, so was Best Buy and a few other sites. Not yet. It was a little ahead of time.
I find it very peculiar that every other website doesn't have it. Who went on pre-order and sold out already? Was that Amazon?
Amazon.
How does Amazon get it first?
Amazon's fucking Amazon. I think on Walmart's page it said the release date was going to be in October.
Probably.
So
work on making animations for this Switch before they start doing this shit. I also heard that there's a rumor that they might be doing one for the N64. I don't know. I can't confirm that one. That one's got a little weight to it, but that's the word I've heard.
But it really depends because they can't do a lot of things.
They pumped out the SNES quick after the other one.
They can't think about this though. They can't use any of the rare games for the Nintendo 64 Classic.
I don't. But could you think that they could consider them putting what they should have done on the SNES is like a cartridge on the top where you can put the game in? That would be if they did that, I would buy one. Just for nostalgia. That's like a mic drop moment in my opinion, because everybody loves the N64, and if you're not going to put these games on an emulator platform for your Switch, it's another opportunity to do such. That's why I don't understand. Why are they not taking advantage of that? Because they totally could do that, and the Switch is a great place to do it. They won't license their games to anybody else except Apple, because I don't know why they partnered with them for Super Mario Run. Whatever. But I just don't. It came to Android, I think, this year. It was initially partnered with Apple first to bring it to the iPhone, and then they rolled it out on it everywhere else later. But I'm just saying they're very protective of their old IPs. Use them. It's a great way to use it. I mean, everybody complains about there not being a big library. This would shut everybody up so fast.
Ugh. Classic SNES, classic N64s getting sold would raise the value of more if they had the cartridge slot, because then people will want those rare games even more.
But that's what I'm saying is for Nintendo. Nintendo obviously makes these things at a low quantity.
Yeah.
They make them just for nostalgia. That's it. They don't make them for anything else because they're not. They could probably churn a huge gross profit on these if they wanted to and sell them.
They do with the ones they sell. So I mean, if they mass produced it, they could make tons of money. I'm sure.
They just whack up the retailer market or reseller market on it. It's ridiculous. I just think they should implement this kind of software on their Switch. I mean, the Switch is selling fantastic as is, but I think that they need still more of a library. But that's a totally different conversation. I'm not going to drive myself into. But I think that was everything for this week. It was kind of quieter than I expected it to be, with San Diego being a smaller week than normal. Very quiet. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out our. Oh yeah, sorry, watching is a habit. That's But yeah, make sure to check us out on the Instagrams, the Twitter spheres, the Facebooks, Twitch. Twitch is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should be getting a review on YouTube for Super Hot, as well as other stuff is supposedly in the works.
And VR. Super Hot VR too.
Yeah. Stuff's rolling out, guys. We're making it.
You're
Slowly
technically
but surely.
right though. We're saying watch because if we're on YouTube and they're watching the video, even if it's just.
Yeah. You know what, Ruiz, you're saving me here because I didn't think of that, but I am now. All right. Thank you guys for listening, watching, whatever you want to call it. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you for the darkness.